Hi, welcome back to Makeup Design's 1940s makeup tutorial. Thank you all so much for liking our channel and for subscribing. I want to give a shout out to one of our viewers, Lavona Zeller Williams Bracci from the Magical Fantastical Theatrical Camp in Portland, Oregon, who's been watching our videos and requested a 1940s tutorial. So this is for you and your camp members. Today we're going to go through 1940s makeup. And all the time I've done theater, a lot of shows are set in the late 30s and early 40s. I usually lean my makeup towards the 40s in those cases. So today we're going to go through a female application for the 1940s. Some key points in 1940s makeup are eyebrows. A little thicker. The 20s are pencil thin. The eyebrows in the 40s are thicker. We'll go through that. Liquid liner, black on the top lid, definitely false eyelashes, very little makeup on the lower lash line. We're going to do a Rouge Cheek and a deep red full lip with a matte lipstick. First things first, we're going to use Ben Nye foundation to do a conceal and an all-over foundation. Before you put your foundation on, always remember to use a moisturizer. I always think about skin first. I used on her the fairest CE-1 as a concealer and then CE-3 light beige for a foundation. Remembering that in the 1940s the skin was very pale, wasn't tanned as we would have our skin today. So we're going to do a full coverage foundation on Terry, our model. Now we're moving to the eyeshadow. The 1940s they say is a natural look with a little support. What that means is we're going to add a little sass to her look. So I'm going to use this matte eyeshadow palette by Ben Nye, and I suggest you guys have it. Really has the different levels of brown, matte, powder, and your black and gray stone, and a highlighter, which is great for smoky eyes as well. So on Terry, we're going to use this palette not only for her eyes but for her eyebrows. So I'm first going to apply a white shadow over the entire lid. We're using a medium brown matte shadow in the contour of her eyelid. Making sure to blend back and forth in windshield wiper motion. And then bringing it along the top of the lash line. Now I'm using cork in the middle of the eyelid, and it's a softer brown. All right, next I'm going to do a first step of liner on the eyelid. I'm using black powder. Most important thing to remember in 1940s is it's not a cat eye. It literally just follows along the lash line. Again, being careful not to curve it up, which is a temptation. Now on her bottom lash line, I'm using a soft brown with the smudger, just lightly along the line. And then what I did was I took a white cream in the corner of her eye. That'll help to bring your eye out more, especially on stage. And I'm going to pull the brown in. And if you close your eyes, Terry, I also brought that primer up from the tear duct all the way up into her eyebrow, just to pop out her highlighter. Next, we're going to do the eyebrows. I'm using Anastasia eye pencil in soft brown. You can get it at Ulta, Sephora, to shadow her eyebrow in. Because I'm using a hairpiece on her later, I'm going to go over that with a matte shadow to darken her eyebrows. Remember always to use your pencil from your nose straight up into the line, and this is where your eyebrow would start. And the eyebrows in the 40s were a little more structured. They did use a pencil, so you could be a little thicker in that. Okay. So I'm filling in her natural lash line, a little more square inside near the nose, arching it up and over, and blending it down. Alright, we are on to our eyelashes. Now, every show I do, the girls always ask me, how do I put on my eyelashes? So I've created a mini video to show you exactly how I do it. So click on the eyelashes, right here, click on it, and you will see my video. Now that we've applied our false eyelashes, we're going to go over the lash line with a black liquid liner. I use Mirror Details. I love it. It has a little pen tip to it. Makes it really easy for application. Alright, our next step is to apply the cheek. Again, I'm going to use Victorian Rose. I love this color. It'll give it a nice full cheek. And this is a Ben Nye color, Victorian Rose. I always start down in the back of the hairline and go forward. And we're going to go to the apple of the cheek. Alright, lastly we're going to do the lips. The tricks I have for doing the lips is I always start with the center V. And I line coming up. I always say go up the hill and over the top of the hill. Okay. I start right in the center and the bottom. It's almost like connecting the dots. Everybody always asks me how I do lips. And that's a quick and easy way to do it. I always try to find a system. After applying the lip liner, you want to add a shade similar in lipstick. Okay. Onto the lip. Then I like to find a matching eyeshadow in matte and press that on top of it, especially for the stage. If you'll be doing a lot of singing and speaking, it'll help to keep that lip product on throughout the performance better. And finish with a setting powder. Alright, I added a wig on Terry and we have completed our 1940s look. Pretty easy. Let's review some of the key components of 1940s makeup. Again, it's that fuller eyebrow using a brow pencil. We did a medium brown and taupes again on the eyelid, really focusing the black liquid liner on her lash line. If you check out my mini tutorial on false eyelashes, you'll see how to put those on. A rosy, fuller cheek, a fuller red lip, and that completes the 1940s look. And so this tutorial has given you everything you need to know to win the war. Oh, wait a minute, there was that pesky little war in the 40s, wasn't there? Well, we'll win the war on beauty and theater makeup at the very least. So again, thanks so much for tuning in. Leave comments and suggestions for other videos that you would like to see. Check out my website, neckupdesign.com, and like me on Facebook. Thanks again, guys.
I'm so happy, I can't think. I keep wondering, is this real? Come on and hold my hand. There's romance in the weather. Hold my hand.